Hi, Namaste. This is Surabhi, your Master Teacher of Chemistry at Vedantu. Welcome to the very first session of Sprint Alchemy. Yes, finally, we are bringing Sprint for ICSE 10th grade students. Hi! Excited? I am very much excited too. So first chapter is, as you all know, it is periodic properties and variation of properties. In this chapter, we will be discussing some very important questions on the following topics, that is periodic classification, modern periodic table, periodicity and periodic properties, and how do they vary, the variations in the periodic properties. But this is the entire schedule, so we are starting Sprint Alchemy on 18th Feb, that is today, and then it will go on till 1st March. Okay, so every day at 8 p.m. So do not forget to watch the sessions, because in total there will be 2 sessions for acids, bases and salts, study of acids, bases and salts, and study of compounds, organic chemistry. Okay, as these chapters are kind of vast, huge, so we have divided it into 2 parts. The rest all, 1 session is enough. So periodic properties and variation of properties on 18th Feb, 19th Feb, chemical bonding on 20th, study of acids, bases and salts part 1, 21st Feb ko study of acids, bases and salts part 2, 22nd analytical chemistry, 23rd mole concept and stoichiometry, 24th is electrolysis, 25th metallurgy, 26th and 27th study of compounds, 28th and 1st March ko it will be organic chemistry. So ready? Note it down, take a screenshot. And if you are here for the first time, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share this video with your friends as well. Thank you so much and welcome to the session. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. So I have already told you about how important the first step is, right? It's like, unless and until you sit and keep thinking about it, can I do it? Whether will I be able to pull it off? You will never know unless and until you try. Right? So just take that first step. It's going to be okay. So this is our first question, 1 marker array. Select the correct answer from A, B, C and D. An element with the atomic number 19 will mostly likely combine chemically with the element whose atomic number is. So always do not try to guess. Please write the electronic configuration of the given element. So its atomic number is 19, so 2881, right? So it can give or lose 1 electron. So obviously among the given options you need to look for an element which is ready to accept electrons or which likes to gain electrons. So this one 287, this is 281, it loves to give electrons. This will be 288, it's stable. Why will it react? 2882. So this is stable, not at all reactor. These two are metals which also wants to lose electron, not gain them. Here you have a non-metal with 7 electrons in its valence shell. So obviously you can see that there will be a reaction between an element with atomic number 19 and an element with atomic number 17. So option A will be the correct answer. So whenever it is related to the chemical properties or what kind of bond will it form and all that, please write down their electronic configuration. So once you write the electronic configuration, everything will be clear. You will know, if it is 19, you will think about it, which is the element which has atomic number 19. Why do you have to worry about it? We are not asking, right, the name or the atomic symbol of that particular element. We do not want that. We just want to know what kind of with which element can it chemically combine. That's all. So option A will be the right answer. So question number 2, how does electronic configuration in atoms change in a period from left to right in a group top to bottom? So this is for 2 marks. So you have 3 to 4 minutes, but we will be trying to solve it within 2 minutes. So we all know what happens to the atomic number from left to right, or when you go down the group. In both the cases it increases, hai na? But from left to right, even though the number of shells remains the same, that is what is period number. Now in second period all the elements contains only 2 shells. Even though the number of shells remains the same, but when you go from left to right, the electrons are being added to the valence shell. So the valence, you can see that gradual increase in the number of electrons present in the valence shell. But when you go along a group, down a group, so what happens is there will be increase in the number of shells, but the number of valence electrons remains the same, right? So in first group, they all will contain one valence electron. But when you go across the period, it's like 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4. So what is happening? The number of electrons are being increased. The number of valence shell is being increased by 1. But when you go down the group, the number of valence shell remains the same, but the number of shells are being increased. So that's the answer. Question number 3 is, state the reasons for periodicity of elements in periods and groups. So this is for 2 marks, a very nice question. State the reasons for periodicity of elements in periods and groups. So before that, you should know what exactly is periodicity. It is the repetition of certain properties at regular intervals. So the periodicity of the properties or of the elements is because of the electronic configuration. That is something which everyone should know, right? Because that's the major difference between Mendeleev's periodic table and the modern periodic table now, because he couldn't explain the periodicity, the reason for periodicity. But here, if 2 elements have same number of valence electrons, they will be chemically similar, because the chemical properties is entirely dependent on the number of valence electrons. So reasons is basically the similar valence shell electronic configuration occurs. So whenever we talk about chemical properties, always look at the electronic configuration. Okay, so properties of elements depend upon the number and arrangement of electrons in the various shells, including the valence shell. So the reason for the periodicity is completely dependent on the electronic configuration of the elements. Easy peasy, no? Yeah. So, but in the same period, what happens? If you see, there won't be any similarity in the electronic configuration, even though they have this same number of periods. So maybe, third period may have sodium and you have chlorine also. Are they chemically similar? No. Even though they are in the same period, they are not chemically similar, because there will be gradual change in their properties. So you will have metallic character and this exhibits non-metallic character. So whenever we talk about the periodicity, we always look at the groups, na? Group 1, their properties are similar because of the similarity in their electronic configuration. So question number 4, so this is for 3 marks. Interesting. So we have 3 minutes to solve. Let's get started. Name the type of elements which have their outermost shell complete, outermost shell incomplete, 2 outermost shells incomplete, 1 electron short of octet, 2 electrons in the outermost orbit. See, here they have not asked you to give an example. If you are writing neon, you won't get marks. They are asking name the type of elements. Outermost shell incomplete, noble gases now, right? Outermost shell incomplete, the representative elements, that is S and P block. So please try to understand the question here properly. It's not about examples. They just want you to write the type of elements. We have group 1, alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, transition elements, noble gases, halogens. That's what the question is about. So outermost shell complete is noble gases, outermost shell incomplete is the representative elements, that is S and P block elements. 2 outermost shells incomplete, so it is transition elements. You remember, even the penultimate shell takes part in the chemical bonding D and S. So 2 outermost shells will be incomplete in the case of transition elements. 1 electron short of octet, so they must have 7 electrons in their valence shell. That is halogens. Very good. 2 electrons in the outermost orbit. So group 2, what are they called as? Alkaline earth metals. So these are the answers. You understood the question now? So please do not outermost chemical. Yes, I know. Neon. No, it's the type of elements. So these are the answers. See, this is for 3 marks. It's a very easy question, but if you fail to understand, then you are gonna write the wrong answer. Question number 5. Complete the following sentences, choosing the correct word or words from those given in brackets and at the end of each sentence. Okay, interesting. The properties of the elements are a periodic function of this. See, this is for 3 marks because you have 3 fill in the blanks sentences. Okay? The properties of the elements are a periodic function of their. We know it's not atomic mass. This is related to the modern periodic table. So atomic number is the answer. Do you remember modern periodic law? What does it say? The properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. That will be the first answer. So atomic number. Second one is the elements at the bottom of a group. Okay, when you go down the group, what is happening to the metallic character? So there will be increase in the atomic size. So they can easily lose electrons. So what is happening to the metallic character? Tell me. So it will be more. So more metallic character than the element at the top. So more will be the right answer. The last one, the similarities and the properties of a group of elements are because they have the same electronic configuration, number of outermost electrons or atomic number. See, they won't have same electronic configuration. Same electronic configuration is 281. That isn't possible now. So they will have same number of outer electrons, that is valence electrons. That is the answer. Got it? Yes. So if you are finding these questions difficult, please let me know in the comment section. And before we move on to the next question, that is question number 6, here is a very important information. So you know about the Pro Subscription courses, right? So right now it is very important for you to have a proper guidance or who can help you with the notes, assignments, so that you can practice a lot and you can attend the crash courses, everything. So here is a very good, or almost, what can I say, perfect platform. So yes, Vedantu has come up with this Pro Subscription plan, and what if I tell you there is some amazing offer going on, but it is limited. So you will be getting 50% off. Yes, you take the Pro Subscription, you will be getting 50% off up to 1,500 rupees, and let me tell you, it's a limited offer, so do not forget to get it. So use the coupon code SURPRO for a discount. If you want 50% off, then apply the code SURPRO. You do the calculation. See, per class 3.3, leave less. 5 rupees को क्या मिलेगा? एक Jim Jam? No. 5 rupees Lay's packet I should have put. So it is almost less than a Parle G biscuit. Right? Okay. So question number 6. This is for 3 marks. Define the term ionization potential. Say it is enthalpy, energy. Okay. So how can you define it? So when I have to remove an electron, okay, it should be an isolated atom in its gaseous state. So the amount of energy which I have to put to remove an electron is what is ionization enthalpy. So how do you represent it in the form of an equation? Na will be Na plus electron. So obviously in which unit it is measured, we use the kilojoule per mole. Okay, so this is the unit. So the energy required to remove an electron from a neutral isolated gaseous atom. And obviously once you remove an electron, it will be converted into a cation, positively charged ion. So that is what is known as ionization energy or potential. So what is the unit which we use? We use kilojoule per mole, and it is the equation is basically, so M, or you can take anything. Okay, here I took a particular example, Na, so it has to be in its gaseous state, it has to be isolated, only one atom, plus ionization enthalpy or energy. You can remove an electron, so there will be this electron and this has become positively charged. So question number 7 is, explain the term periodicity in properties of elements, periodic properties, periodicity of elements. So periodicity in properties of elements means those set of properties are being repeated at regular intervals. So if I take an example of group 2, okay, so they all can form ionic compounds and they form weak alkalis, right? So beryllium, magnesium, calcium, they have this similarity in the property. So those certain set of properties are being repeated at the regular interval. That is what is periodicity in properties of elements. Periodic properties is the, the same thing. So periodic properties is also basically the properties which are being repeated, which you find in the periodic table. Like maybe the group of the set of elements will have same periodic properties, or the properties, similar properties. Periodicity of elements is those elements, the elements which falls into the same group because they have similar properties. You are getting the difference, or you are confused? Because like it's all periodicity in properties, periodic properties, periodicity. So there is a slight difference between all the three. So periodicity in properties of elements means occurrence of characteristic properties as at definite intervals or the regular intervals, okay, in the modern periodic table. So obviously arrangement is according to the increasing order of atomic number. This is something which we know. Next, periodic properties is the properties which appears at that regular intervals. Okay, so here when we are talking about periodicity in properties, those properties are getting repeated. Okay, you can see the repetition of the properties, but periodic properties is the properties, the set of properties which appear at that regular interval. And then periodicity of elements is basically the elements with similar properties. Okay, so periodicity of elements, occurrence of elements with similar properties. If you see, I was talking about group 2 now. So there those elements have similar properties. So those elements have are put or are placed in the same group. So you can find that periodicity, that is after 2 elements, 8 elements, 18 elements, 32 elements. That is what is periodicity of elements. That's clear, no? Confused? So question number 8. State the factors which affect the atomic size of elements in a periodic table. In period 2, from left to right, state which element has the largest atomic size and which element has the smallest, giving reasons. So state the factors. See, this is for 3 marks. Okay. So first question number 8, and then in period. So this will carry 2 marks. This will carry 1 mark. State the factors. We have 2 factors. One is the number of shells and the effective nuclear charge. So what happens when you go from left to right in a period? The number of shells remains the same. Yes, there is no change in the number of shells. To second period, all the elements will have only 2 shells. So number of shells remains the same. But when it comes to the effective nuclear charge, so there will be increase in the effective nuclear charge because the number of protons are increasing. Hai na? So the effective nuclear charge increases, so that they will pull, the nucleus will pull the outermost valence shell towards the nucleus, resulting in the decrease of the atomic radii. So these are the 2 factors on which the atomic size of elements depend on. The next one is the period 2 from left to right. So which is the first element? You have lithium, and leave the 18th group. So 17th group mein hoga plural. So 2, 1, 2, 7. Right? Now you tell me which is the largest atomic size, because we know when you go across the period from left to right, what happens to the atomic size? It decreases. right? So lithium will have the largest atomic size, whereas the fluorine will have the least or the lowest atomic size or the smallest. So lithium has the largest because, yeah, so the trend, we know the trend, right? How does atomic size vary across the period? Because of the increase in effective nuclear charge, the size goes on decreasing. That will be the answer. So question number 9 is explain the meaning of the following periodic properties: atomic radius, electron affinity, electronegativity, non-metallic and metallic character. Okay, this is for 3 marks. So what is atomic radius? The distance between the center of the atom, that is nucleus, and the outermost shell is what is atomic radius. Now, okay. Next is electron affinity. So the energy released when you add an electron to the outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom is electron affinity. Electronegativity is the property of an atom to pull the shared pair of electrons towards itself is electronegativity. Non-metallic and metallic character. So non-metallic character is the ease with which an atom can gain electrons, and metallic character is the ease with which an atom loses electron. So they have asked you to explain 5 terms, non-metallic and metallic character. So this is asked for 3 marks. So this will carry half. No, it will be like, wait, this is 1. So atomic radius, electron affinity, half 1, I guess. So atomic radius, it's the distance between the center of the nucleus and outermost shell of the atom. Ionization potential, it is the, so wait, where is ionization potential? I guess we have missed it. No, this is electron affinity, electron negativity. So maybe there is one more, IE. Okay, so that the marks distribution will be easy, I guess. So this is for 1 mark, the rest all half. Okay, yeah. So ionization potential is basically, it's the amount of energy required to remove an electron from the outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom. So electron affinity, it is the amount of energy released when an atom is, when an electron is added to an atom, or when it accepts an electron in the gaseous state again. Okay? So electronegativity is the tendency of an atom to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself when it is in the form of a compound. Non-metallic and the metallic character I have already told you. So with this we are done with the first chapter. Periodic classification done, modern periodic table done, periodicity and periodic properties done, variation in the periodic properties also done. Here is your homework question. What are the limitations of modern periodic table? Not the Mendeley's periodic table. So what are the limitations of modern periodic table? So write the answer in the comment section. Thank you so much. So current session, 18th Feb our first session, and the next session will be tomorrow at 8 PM. So do not forget to watch the session. Thank you so much, and I have told you, let me remind it to you again. So there is this very nice offer going on. It's a limited period offer, so you can get up to 50% off 2,500 rupees. For that, the link is available in the description and in the pinned comment. Use the coupon code SURPRO. So I know you're all good at math, so you do the calculation and you realize it's only for 3.3 rupees, where you will be getting the notes, assignments will be shared with you, then tests will be conducted regularly, in-class doubt solving will be there. All of these and more such amazing features only for 3.3 rupees. That's amazing, right? Yeah. So thank you so much for watching the session. If you are here for the first time, did you subscribe? Thank you. Like and share this video with your friends as well. Bye bye, take care. Thank you so much.